Holy shit, it's the third year of Spectacular Fool. Crazy we made it another 3 years, man. This October is scary as shit. Oh, you might be saying why. I don't know, because it's October, the spooky month, and real life is scary right now. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, Stephen King. The guy can write. I mean, goddamn, he can write. Except bullies. Holy shit. Have you read any Stephen King book and watched his movies? His bullies aren't bullies. They are psychotic killers that should be locked away from society. Stand By Me, the main villain. The bully tries killing the kids. The bullies capture the fatty and carve their initials on his stomach from a pocket knife from It. I mean, there's so much more examples. Shit, I feel like I'm in court examining the evidence right now. Damn. Anyway, but seriously, Stephen King should write a book about a bully. The story would be scarier than the rest of his books and movies. I'm just saying. I just gave you a $1 million idea. But I guess he already has more than $1 million, so that would be nothing to him. If you really think about it, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. But there's one movie, I swear, everyone has seen when they were younger, but don't know the name of it, or ever heard of 1408. No, don't worry, most people don't. But they should, because to me, it's the best Stephen King adaptation. I don't think people have heard of this movie. It's because it's overshadowed by his popular films. Like, when you think of Stephen King movies, you think of Salem's Lot, Pet Sematary, It, Stand By Me. You never think of 1408. You should, because it's fantastic. Fantastic. It's actually scary, creative, and unique. Like, I love most Stephen King films, but let's be honest, they are all the same. A creature or a being going after a group of people. That's fine, because again, like I said, I like most of his movies, but 1408 is so different and it's refreshing. It's not a creature going after a group of people. It's not an alien being. It's a room. That's right. It's a hotel room. So evil. It makes the people that go to that room go crazy, mentally insane, and kill themselves. And I should warn you, I will be talking about suicide. And if that's a trigger for you, this is a warning. I understand if you can't continue the video. I will put on the description of this video a link to the suicide hotline. So yeah, this movie is really good because I freaking love psychological movies. I don't know why, maybe because I'm a little loco, but who isn't? But why I also think this movie's so good is the scares. They're so subtle, but it works so well. Seriously, that was good. And I think those are the best horror films, are the ones where the scares are subtle. They're implied because it makes your brain think about it, making it more scary than random jump scares. Those are just, let's be honest, lazy. If you want a scare, watch horror films that have subtle scares. I'm just saying, I know my shit. I'm going to apologize. That sounded very so douchey. My bad. So let's talk about 1408. Did I say my man, my favorite actor, who is a bad motherfucker? Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie? That's right. You know that put a smile on your face. I mean, who isn't happy to see this face? You know you're going to laugh, or be entertained, or scared when you see him. So it starts with this washed-up actor, Mike, who's played by John Cusack. And he goes to this library for a book signing, and he's so irrelevant, the actual library forgot they agreed to a signing. Damn, how forgettable can you be that they forgot? So the worker's like, oh yeah, I guess we agreed to this. So they announce it to the 4 people at this library. And only 2 people go to this signing. And he tells them about his book, and he writes about haunted places at the United States. Then a lady wants him to sign a book. But it's not his haunted book. It's what he used to write, fictional books. And just by his reaction, it makes him feel even more of a piece of shit. Next, he goes to the beach because, hell yeah, he's a surfer. I mean, what can this man not do? But damn, he's not that good because a wave gets him real quick and carries him to the sanded ground. He's like, nah, I won't try that again. That shit was embarrassing, and just left. Next, he calls his agent, played by the monk guy. No, not a monk. But there was a show called Monk, pretty good. I can't say shit, I lied, I never seen it. But it's the guy from Monk, or he plays a stereotypical Jewish alien from the Men in Black movie. But Mike wants to go to this new hotel for his new book. And the hotel he wants to go to is called the Dolphin Hotel. I mean, Stephen King, I love your writing, but that name is lazy as shit. And he's telling his agent to get a lawyer because the hotel is not letting him get this room, 1408. And like a spoiled brat, he has his lawyer threaten to sue the hotel. I mean, ain't that being dramatic? I mean, he is a middle-aged white man, so what am I saying? You might be saying, why would you say that? If you work retail or a restaurant, you'll know what I'm talking about. Trust me, it's like playing Dark Souls. The final boss is a middle-aged or older white person. Shit, it's scary. So he goes back to New York and the place that brought him dread. Hey, it's foreshadowing. I'll talk about it later. But he gets to the hotel and oh shit, they didn't listen. They're not letting him book room 1408. You would think, wow, lots of people are warning me about this room. Maybe I shouldn't go. But then there wouldn't be a movie. So, oh shit, you called the bad man. They'll kick your ass by staring at you. So they talk. The manager played by Samuel, and they talk at his office, and dude, he freaking tries his darnest to get Mike to book a different room. But Mike is very much a selfish character at this point, so he won't budge until he gets 1408. And the manager tells him about the 54 deaths from this room. Doesn't affect Mike because he did his research. Again, if that was me, I'd be like, I get it, and I'm going to listen and go. And he's not budging. So the manager's like, fuck it. I've warned you, bitch. So Mike goes to the room. And hey, it's pretty nice. What's wrong with this room? Yeah, fuck that. I would get the hell out of there. It's not that normal music. Nah, it's gotta be that creepy old music. And that doesn't freak him out because it makes sense because he's an author that writes books about haunted places. So he probably thinks it's fake because that's why he goes to these hotel rooms, is to debunk the rumors of it being haunted. So he thinks the manager is pranking him, but the manager talked about how no one lasts an hour in this room. So the alarm clock has a timer of 1 hour. It starts off as your typical haunting, things moving around, hearing noises. That doesn't affect Mike. So the room is like, oh, that ain't scaring you? We'll get you, bitch. Mike is like, let me see the view. Wow, what a view. Bam, bitch. A window crushed his hand, and he runs to the bathroom and turns on the water to clean the blood off. It's boiling hot water. So Mike is so stubborn he won't leave until this old lady, ghost, tries attacking him with a knife. That's when Mike realizes, oh shit, let me get out. He tries opening up the door, it's locked. He uses his key, it breaks. So the room is owns him. So, I mean, the room owns him for 1 hour.
Thing! Take the chain off!
Hey, you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
And then he's like, I'm going to get out and go to this window. Tippy toes on the edge of the building. You know, he's thinking, damn, I'm stupid. I should have listened to the manager. Then he goes back to the room after he sees one of the ghosts falls out of the window. He's like, yeah, no. So he tries escaping through the vent until this old creepy ghost chases him, leading him back to room 1408. Then this is when Mike starts getting paranoid. He thinks the manager is responsible because that's what makes this movie amazing and scary. Is there's no ghost. It's this entity that makes you go mentally crazy. It starts making him hallucinate where his room is now so cold it's snowing. He decides to video call his ex-wife, telling her about his situation, please send help. And that's when the entity manipulates the video call, saying, actually go to my room, 1408, so we can talk. But that's not him talking. So Mike is now freaking out because he's going to be responsible for his ex-wife being the next victim. So he wakes up on the beach. It was all a dream. What? So he just continues his life, focusing on getting back together with his wife, actually working on a book that's fictional, but nah, got you. It's another hallucination. I mean, that was mean, dude. Then the room tries manipulating him to get himself to kill himself by having his dead daughter trying to convince him to end his life. This is when we learned the reason why Mike is so selfish, why he's a prick, because his daughter died of cancer. and blamed himself and his wife for her death, leading his wife leaving him, but he doesn't listen and talks to her saying how much he's sorry. And this is him finally moving on, forgiving himself. And the daughter disappears. I mean, she crumbles like a potato chip. And this is when Mike doesn't give a shit. He's not scared anymore. He knows there's only one way to save future victims, getting rid of this room. He's going to kill himself, but also the room by burning up the place. His wife gets there, sees the hotel room on fire, and the manager hears the fire alarms and thanks Mike for finally getting rid of that room. But the firefighters save Mike from the fire. But room 1408 is destroyed. And at the end, Mike and his wife get back together, and it's a very happy ending. But there's 3 other endings. That's right. Got you now. Original theater ending is the one I just talked about. The second ending I saw a few years ago is where Mike dies, and the manager goes to his funeral and sees Mike as a ghost walking with his daughter. It's a sweet, bitter end. The third ending is like the theater version, but the original ending had the wife and Mike listening to the recording of their dead daughter. This ending is the same except the wife ignores the recording. The fourth ending is probably the most depressing, where Mike dies, but we never see his ghost. And his notes, his recording and notes are found by his agent. But that's 1408. Such an amazing horror movie. I mean, it's also visually stunning, and the scares are so creative because it's not the normal jump scare. It's visuals of a man going crazy. But it's also about how grief can ruin your life, and if you don't move on, it'll consume you, pushing you away from people that you care about, and you'll be alone until you die. Jesus Christ, that was depressing, but that's the first video of the third Spectacular Fool. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, it should have been released probably a few weeks ago, but I can't lie, I just was lazy and didn't record it. But hopefully you liked this video, and hopefully you'll watch 1408. Fantastic horror movie. I'll see you on the next Spectacular Fool.